Hi all, it's Barbara Appleby from Appleby Cottage. It's early morning, about 5. That's my favorite time to get up, paint, write. The house is quiet, and this morning I've been doing bookmark, watercolor painting, drawing. You're going to ask me how I started all this. Well, I'm going to tell you. When I was about 6 years old, I had a cousin, and his name was Moulton Wallace, and he worked in Louisville as at an advertising agency. And he had all these fantastic art books, and they lived right beside us in one of Dad's houses. And him and his wife and their daughter, I was just hanging on to his shoulder, watching, constantly. And he said he would loan me his art books one at a time, as long as I brought them back in good shape. Well, that's what I done. And when he come home from work, I would be carrying my little bundle of drawings back across the yard, and he would be telling me what I done right, what wasn't right, And this is something that was ingrained in me from that age. It was to me, it was fantastic. And he worked on some of the first Marlboro cigarette commercials, and does that tell my age? We won't go there. Anyway, and so I thought, wow, you can paint horses and draw horses and you make money. This is something I want to do. And so I did. Anyway, and so it's just continued to this day. By the time I was 6 years old, I was drawing then, and on up to by the time I was 8, I had drawings and paintings in Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, and Texas. And our neighbor would have a big yard sale every summer, and she would let me and my friend, and she was just like me, she just loved to paint out and draw all the time. So she let us put our drawings out there for sale, and so we knowed where they was going, and it was just wow, I wanted to go to the school to do this. The only one at that time that was any count as far as my uncle was concerned, and he was an interior decorator, was in San Francisco, California. And my mom said, absolutely not. She is not going there. It's not happening. So it didn't happen. And I did the drawings and the paintings my whole life. I worked with a greeting card company in California and in New York. It just, they didn't take off. They didn't do good. They bought the illustrations, and it didn't happen. Later, I worked with Iwatha in Louisville, Kentucky, and did the illustrations, and they did the writing at the bottom of them, and these were for the gift shop in state parks. They had them everywhere. They had them in the Hallmark stores. One of the first ones that we seen, my daughter Becky was probably 12, 13 at the time, and we went into a Hallmark store in, I'm wanting to say it was in Campbellsville, I'm not really sure, I'm pretty sure it was. And while we was in there, and she started hollering from the other side of the store, and I'm running to her thinking, oh goodness, she's failed, what's happened? And Mom, they've got your artwork. And they did. They had my artwork, displayed. Of course, Iwatha had done it, not me. All I sold the illustrations once. That was it. That's all I got. But it was something. And I guess it's just continued to this day. I worked regular jobs the rest of the time at gift shops, at restaurants, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, whenever I was even a teacher at a daycare center, and then when we still lived in Indiana, when I retired out, I'd never stopped drawing. I'd never stopped writing. I went to a school in Minnesota It was back and forth. I sent it through the mail to get, because I wanted to write for children. I've always been on my call to do the illustrations, do the books for children. I mean, I do journals, I do everything now, but I love the artwork. And so then I started working on that, and then I got my first book out, and the rest is just history. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a little backstory on it, and you have a blessed day. Goodbye, and God bless.